Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to Shiki. Today we're back with another video. This time it is BTS commencement speech, Dear Class of 2020. Now I heard about this and it's been requested quite a lot. I am going to go through the requests, but apparently, because of the pandemic and COVID, so a lot of people couldn't really, the things that they've been looking forward to, like graduation or maybe could be some sort of festive event, something to celebrate, something that you wished for, and it got ruined by the pandemic. So BTS did this little thing here, which we're gonna check out, which is incredibly beautiful. Just me hearing about it, so I'm gonna check it out and just see how what it's really about.
Hello, we are BTS! And this is Aaron. Dear Class of 2020, it's been a strange year so far, but you made it. Today, we might not have flowers, and we might not have graduation caps. What we do have is possibly the most special graduation ceremony in history. Never before have so many gathered to celebrate a graduating class for their achievements and their dreams. You could be watching us from your bed or from your living room, alone or with somebody. Wherever you are, you will all soon be breaking out of one world to soar into another.
Once again, very, very eloquent, the way he speaks, the way he formulates himself, and his look, and you really get the sincerity that he's speaking with. I love when RM is giving speeches. It's like you go, man. You do your thing. But yeah, this is...
All soon be breaking out of one world to soar into another. 10 years ago, it snowed really hard on the day of my middle school graduation. I remember that day clearly because I took a picture with my friends and kept it as my messenger profile for the rest of my school years. On that day, I was just a boy who had closed just one chapter, ready to pen another. And I remember that feeling. It's really thrilling and breathtaking. It was a moment I felt most like me, myself, a feeling I wanted to hold on to forever. So, as a fellow individual in his 20s, all the way from Seoul, Korea, I want to say congratulations. We're very excited for what lies ahead of you. Regardless of where or how far you are, we hope our stories today can give you some sort of comfort, hope, and maybe an even bit of inspiration.
I love the... But to go over his speech real quick, the message that I got from this is, he spoke about what happened to his middle school years, and what he's talking about is that where that incident happened was the most memorable one, and basically, make the best of this one. This one is special. It's not maybe the way that you wanted or people want it to be, but regardless or not, 2020 will always be a memorable year. So he's, finding the positive in it, and I loved when he said, you've closed one chapter and you're about to soar into another one after graduating. Really, really good stuff. But let us continue. I didn't know that they were all going to speak. I like that.
네, 안녕하세요. 방탄소년단 정국입니다. 여러분 졸업 축하드립니다. 남준이 형과는 다르게 제 졸업 사진은 유튜브 방탄밤에 기록되어 있습니다. 고등학교 시작과 끝에는 항상 멤버들이 있었고요.
Oh wow.
언제 이렇게 다 커서 졸업을 하게 됐냐며 형들이 옆에서 막 축하해주고 졸업식 마치고 다 같이 짜장면을 먹었던 기억이 있습니다. 그런데 저도 최근에 영상을 한번 봤는데 이런 생각이 들더라고요. 정말 저 아이가 커서 내가 된 걸까? 남준이 형은 졸업식장의 소년이 형 자신인 것 같다고 했는데 저는 좀 다르게 먼 길을 걸어온 것 같습니다. 끊임없이 걸어온 것 같은데 뭐 그럼에도 항상 새롭게 배워 나가는 게 있더라고요. 그래서 지금의 저는 나를 믿고 멤버들을 믿고 세상을 믿으면서 지금 이 자리에 멤버들과 함께 서 있습니다. 그러니까 여러분들도 앞으로 여러분들을 위해서 한 걸음씩 나아가고 끊임없이 달려가셨으면 좋겠습니다.
I love the little silence between when everyone's done. But once again, a different kind of message than RM's. But you know, it's a very good one. Also, he's talking about he himself feels like he's come very far in contrast to how RM feels, meaning it's okay to not feel the same as one scenario, but what he's saying is he's grown a lot and he's found out a lot about himself and he's learned a lot and he has faith in everything that he stands for pretty much. I just it's a really beautiful thing, and time just flies by so quickly, especially for these guys. He's like everybody's little brother. So seeing him graduate and now he's like grown up and he's still growing. Yeah, it's a different perspective and I like it.
네, 안녕하세요. 방탄소년단 진입니다. 저는 조금 다른 졸업식을 기억합니다. 20살 무렵 저는 아직 데뷔도 하지 않았고 이제 막 대학 입학을 앞둔 평범한 졸업생이었습니다. 그때 저는 성인이 되는 것이 두려웠어요. 낯선 세상으로 나아가는 것이 겁나서 말도 행동도 모든 게 조심스러웠고요. 때로는 앞서가는 친구들이 신경 쓰이고 조급한 마음이 들 때도 있었습니다. 남들의 걸음에 맞추려 애를 써보기도 했지만 숨이 가빴고 곧 그것은 저의 속도가 아니라는 걸 깨달았습니다. 하지만
와우.
그때마다 저를 지탱해 준 건 천천히 가자는 저 스스로의 다짐이었습니다. 느려도 나만의 속도로 걷자고 선택한 거죠. 그래서 저는 걸음이 느린 대신 남들보다 시간을 조금 더 들이는 습관을 갖게 됐습니다. 춤 연습을 할 때도 멤버들보다 며칠 앞서 준비를 시작하곤 하죠. 여러분도 새롭게 시작해야 한다는 부담감에 또 낯선 환경과 마주하며 어디로 가야 할 줄 모르겠다면 조급해하지 말고 잠시 멈추어 보세요. 어쩌면 지금 이 순간은 우리에게 주어진 기회일지도 모르겠습니다. 여유를 갖고 느려도 한 걸음 한 걸음 성실히 내딛는다면 예전에 몰랐던 소중한 것들이 보일 겁니다. 그것들이 여러분에게 말을 걸어올지도 모릅니다.
Wow. Once again, a different message. And, he's talking about something really important here. He's talking about pacing your life. And, not being swept up by other people's pace, which is incredibly important because you need to find what works for you, what's your style, what's your thing, and not try to keep up or match someone else's because like he said, it just wasn't his own. So he found his own little stride and his own way to reach the goals that he set for himself, because it's also going to like remove all that extra pressure on you of feeling like, oh, my friends are doing this and meanwhile I'm on a whole different level of energy. It's totally fine. Just I love how inspiring they are, how they all come from such different kind of standpoints, but it's all in a positive way.
안녕하세요, 슈가입니다. 요즘 저는 한참 달리다가 넘어진 것 같은 그런 기분입니다. 그리고 다시 일어나 주위를 둘러보니 주변엔 아무것도 없고 섬 안에 갇혀버린 것만 같습니다. 멋진 매듭도 새로운 시작도 못하고 많이 답답해하고 있을 여러분들 모두 겁내거나 불안해하지 않으셨으면 좋겠습니다. 시작과 끝과 시작은 연결되어 있으니까요. 섬이기 때문에 할 수 있는 것들도 있습니다. 오로지 나 자신에 집중하는 것, 그리고 나 자신의 틀을 깨보는 겁니다. 한없이 초라하고 작게만 느껴지던 한 사람이 얼마나 큰 꿈을 꾸고 또 얼마나 큰 그림을 그리고 그 한계 없는 가능성에 한 발짝씩 다가가고 있을지 우리가 다시 만나게 될 때 꼭 보여주셨으면 좋겠습니다. 그러기 위해서는 통제 불가능한 것에서 손을 떼고 통제 가능한 것부터 손을 대셨으면 합니다.
와우.
저도 그리고 여러분들도 앞으로 살아가면서 수도 없이 통제 불가능한 상황에 놓여질 것입니다. 우리가 유일하게 통제할 수 있는 건 우리 자신뿐입니다. 통제 가능한 것부터 시작해 보면 어떨까요? 여러분들의 가능성은 무한합니다. 저도 방탄소년단이 될 줄 꿈에도 몰랐습니다. 감사합니다.
여러분 안녕하세요.
Alright, before we get to Jimin, Suga as well, great message of focusing on what you can do and not on what you can't control, doing what you do the best, and just don't freak out. When this came out, it was during probably prime lockdown, so things have obviously opened up now. But I think these messages, they still apply regardless, because focusing on yourself and the things that you can control, that one hit me as well, because some things I have to realize I just can't control. It's just not something that I could have changed in any way. Or sometimes you can get into the habit of maybe trying to control something that's really not controllable, and you end up blaming yourself, being like, it's just, I just love the message that he's sending out. Once again, these guys are very, very inspiring, and they're so wise, honestly. Such wise and mature answers and messages.
또 몰랐습니다. 감사합니다.
여러분 안녕하세요. 지민입니다. 먼저 졸업을 진심으로 축하드립니다. 그런데 사실은 축하보다는 걱정이 앞서는 것 같아요. 어디 아프지는 않은지, 혹시 많이 힘든 건 아닌지, 그리고 모든 게 엉망이 되어버린 것 같은 지금 이 시간을 잘 견디고 있는 건지, 또 요즘 여러분들의 몸과 마음이 괜찮은지 걱정이 많이 됩니다. 모두들 잘 지내고 계셨으면 좋겠지만, 만약 조금이라도 괜찮지 않다면 저희가 온 마음을 다해 위로해드리고 싶습니다. 윤기 형이 섬 속에 갇힌 것 같다고 이야기했지만, 그래도 절대 포기하시지는 않았으면 좋겠습니다. 여기 한국이라는 나라, 그리고 서울이라는 도시에 나를 이해해주는 누군가가 있다는 점을 꼭 기억해 주셨으면 좋겠습니다. 우리 모두 각자 다른 환경에 살고 있고 다른 상황에 처해 있지만, 적어도 이 순간만큼은 우리 다 같이 괜찮다라고 서로 위로해 주었으면 좋겠습니다.
Wow. Very, very. This one was emotionally inspiring, very motivational, like you're on an island by yourself, don't worry, don't give up, hope. And, from each member we've gone through, they've all been giving us some extremely good advice and, words of wisdom of different things that, like in different areas, they're not overlapping each other, but they're covering a very wide spectrum. Jimin here speaking about your health, which is super important. Taking care of yourself, your mind, your body. Now I know I'm saying that, and maybe I should take my own advice as well. And Jimin's here, but it is really important to spare yourself some time in whatever capacity that you can, and it's okay to slow down a little bit, because nothing is worth you destroying yourself over. But let's see what J-Hope has to say.
안녕하세요. 여러분들의 희망 제이홉입니다. 저도 여러분들과 다르지 않습니다. 노래를 만들고 춤을 추다 보면 막다른 골목에 다다를 때가 있지요. 머릿속이 새하얗게 변해서 더 이상 앞으로 나가기 어려워지기도 하고요. 작업을 하면서 수없이 겪는 일입니다. 그럴 때 그래도 딱 한 번만 더 라는 생각이 저를 일으켜 세울 때가 많습니다. 나 자신을 한번 믿어보는 거죠. 완벽하지 않아도 처음보단 두 번째, 두 번째보단 세 번째 더 나아지는 것을 보며 주저앉지 않기를 잘했다고 생각하게 됩니다. 여러분도 지금의 상황이든 아님 전공이나 직업이든 내가 선택한 길로 나아가다 보면 과연 그게 올바른 선택이었는지, 내가 잘하고 있는지, 이대로 가면 실패하는 건 아닌지 끊임없이 의심이 들곤 할 겁니다. 그럴 땐 꼭 기억하세요. 내 인생을 이끄는 것은 바로 나 자신이란 것을요. 그리고 주문을 외우는 겁니다. 할 수 있어. You got it. 나는 잘 할 수 있어. 누구보다 나는 잘 해낼 거야. 바로 이렇게요.
Oh wow, J-Hope inspiring hope into people, saying, talking about the fear of failure and indecisiveness, struggling with your own, I guess, progress. But what he's saying is, don't give up. Your first attempt may not be the best, but the second, third, fourth will be better. Just don't give up, no matter how much it tries, how many tries it takes. Don't give up, and it's such a brave thing for them to do, because they're covering, something that happens in reality. Some people can come across very insincere during moments where they do things, because it's mainly for PR. It's mainly just to do something that they've been told is good for your image. Just do this. But BTS actually means it, and they don't shy away from the negative. They don't try to hide the shadow. There's you, and then there's the shadow. They don't try to hide that, the things that people actually go through, and are like, but what about that? No, they actually talk about that, but they're trying to inspire hope in people, and don't give up, continue. And that's what I really like. They're very sincere.
안녕하세요, 뷰입니다. 아주 특별한 날 졸업을 축하합니다. 많은 시간이 지나 오늘을 되돌아보면 어떤 기억으로 남을까요? 지금 모두가 쉽지 않은 현실과 싸우고 있지만 여러분들도 사진 한 장, 글 한 줄 남기며 이 순간을 기억해보면 좋겠습니다. 그때는 이랬지, 2020년 6월은 이랬지, 그리고 현재의 모습에 비추어 다시 바라보는 거죠. 사실 저는 노래와 춤의 재능을 타고나지도 않았고 끈기가 있는 편도 아니었습니다. 사실 친구들보다 부족했고 시작도 늦었지만 춤추고 노래하는 즐거움에 푹 빠지게 됐었죠. 그 즐거움은 저를 꾸준히 노력하게 했고요. 그렇게 이 자리까지 왔습니다. 지금 졸업을 앞두고 앞으로 무엇을 해야 할지 잘 보이지 않아 힘든 분들이 있다면 한번 여러분의 진심에 기대어 보세요. 지금은 조금 힘들어도 그 끝자락 어딘가엔 기회와 행운이 기다리고 있지 않을까요? 저는 그렇게 믿고 있습니다. 그런 의미에서 저는 오늘을 기억해 두겠습니다. 오늘 비록 저의 졸업식은 아니지만 많은 시간이 지나 이 날을 좋은 기억으로 떠올릴 수 있도록 노력하겠습니다. 그리고 언젠가 여러분의 이야기도 들을 수 있기를 바랍니다.
Before we let RM finish that off, beautiful, beautiful speech as well by V, talking about how, he wasn't a dancer or a singer, but, it was something that he found. He found a passion, he found something, and that kind of propelled him and, made him work hard. And next thing you know, he loves dancing and he loves singing. Now, that's also another message of what you can do. Yes, it's special. Yes, the lockdown situation here was the most unique, at least in my time of living. And, they're just giving out bits here and there of inspiration, examples of inspiration and the hardships, but ultimately, you shouldn't give up. You should just continue doing what you can do. And I think a lot of people have learned or maybe picked something up during the lockdown. Now, me personally, I started baking, and I would say I can bake pretty okay, pretty good. Now, did it make me go up in weight? Absolutely. But I really enjoyed just making some nice sweets, cookies, cakes, all that good stuff. And seeing the reaction of my family eating it was always such a thrill for me. I'm like, wow, this is actually really fun. So that's what I picked up. maybe you picked up something different, but the point is, it's not the end of everything. You should just continue moving forward. But let's see how RM is going to finish this.
Dear class of 2020, I hope our stories reach you all today.
Oh, it did.
To be really, really frank, we still feel very unsure and unsettled as we speak, just like that day we left the school gates for the last time on graduation day. Some say we have achieved so many things, but we stand no different from any other youth in their 20s. Our graduation caps still pressed to our heads and awkwardly peering into the face of reality. The
Wow.
recent unforeseen events completely changed our plans, and the sense of loss and anxiety we felt then are still with us today. The fear of an obscure future as our daily lives turn upside down is a moment of realization of the self, the realization of what makes me a true me, myself. As just musicians, we are pulling ourselves together by making music. We write songs, we produce, and we practice as we think about the people we love. And it connects to the world during such difficult times. And with music, we hope we can bring you smiles and courage again. And V just mentioned memos and the photographs. For us, our way of remembering and communicating is to make music. For you, it could be anything.
Wow.
In our music and in our hearts and in the time that we break out of ourselves, we're alone, but also together. We may be seeing each other through just a camera and this small screen, but I know your future will bloom to something much bigger and magnificent. Graduates, friends, family, faculty,
Wow.
today, you stand with us the largest graduating class in history.
True.
여러분의 졸업을 진심으로 축하드립니다.
Congratulations, class of 2020!
Really, really beautiful. I'm so happy they did this. I'm so happy that they did that, because I think they actually helped a lot of people, because it's all about, they say it's the biggest graduation. So, for those of you that graduated that year, it was special. It is special in so many different ways. Now, only you know in what way. I can't tell you that, because I graduated a couple of years ago. So, but I'm just really in awe of, how inspiring this was, how much, hope that they put out there, but not false hope. It's important that they, that we put that out there. They don't give you false hope or tell you things that they don't believe in themselves, but they give us, the viewers and the people around the world, a little part of themselves and their journey here to where they are at. And they also tell you about, some of the difficulties that people will face in these certain situations, especially after graduating. There's a lot of question marks, and it's always that way. But I just love the way they do things. The sincerity is there, and they did a great job reaching out to us. So yes, this was the speech. We're going to be checking out the concert straight after. So I'll upload this first, and then we can watch the concert. So yeah, take care, guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.